Welcome to Comic Power. I am your host, Comic Killer 72. This segment today is called Wicked Wednesday. If you didn't know, Wednesday is the new release for new comics that come out every week. These are my recommendations for the best books to pick up on Wednesday. I will also name one book to be the speculation pick of the week. Comic publishers are stepping up their game for your entertainment value. So let's get right into it. DC Comics is giving us Suicide Squad's Most Wanted number 6, Deadshot and Katana. This is the 6th and final issue of this miniseries. Obviously, Deadshot and Katana are going to be very important characters in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie. Deadshot will be played by Will Smith, as you know. Katana will be played by Karen Fukuhara in the live-action movie. Next up is Harley Quinn number 29. In this issue, she takes on giant transforming robots. That's all we know in advance, but Harley Quinn is always a good read every month. If you're thinking, where is the Harley Quinn Rebirth number 1? That's going to come out in August. DC has this synced up that a Harley Quinn number 1 will be dropping about the same time as the Suicide Squad movie is dropping. And that's just great marketing. Next up is The Flash number 1. 2016 is the 60th anniversary of when Barry Allen became The Flash. This is part 1 of a new story arc called Lightning Strikes Twice. There's a variant cover for it which looks like this, which looks pretty similar to the original cover, so I don't know why you need a variant, but oh well. Next up is the speculation pick of the week. And that's going to be Wonder Woman number 1. This is part 1 of a new story arc called The Lies. Interest is growing in Wonder Woman again thanks to a well-received performance by Gal Gadot in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. That movie has issues, but it wasn't Wonder Woman's fault. She was awesome. I have to admit though, I was a Gal Gadot hater at first. I only saw her in small roles like The Fast and the Furious, and I thought she was too skinny to play the character of Wonder Woman. I don't necessarily believe you have to subscribe to the Church of Sir Mix-a-Lot, but pun intended, I believe the character of Wonder Woman has to be physically imposing, sort of like the way Xena Princess Warrior was. But Gal hit the weight room and she pulled it off, so I'm happy about it and I'm good with it. And I can't wait to see the film. It's going to kick ass. And it's going to prove once and for all to Hollywood that a female character in the lead role in a comic book movie can be successful and make a lot of money. Previous female leads like Catwoman didn't suck because it had a female lead. It sucked because it was a sucky movie. Green Lantern sucked too, and no one said it sucked because it had a male lead. But when a female-led movie bombs, they blame it on the female. And that's some of the worst sexism double standard I ever heard in my life. Anyway, moving on. Wonder Woman number 1 also has a variant cover which looks like this. Now that's a Princess Warrior. Now let's check out what Marvel is doing, and that's going to be Deadpool vs. Gambit number 1. They have a secret history of running con jobs together, and this 5-part miniseries is going to explore that. The tagline breaks it down like this: Gambit's one of the smoothest, best-looking operatives in the world of the X-Men, while Deadpool is one of the most annoying and the ugliest dirtbag in the world. So that contrast is going to be comic gold. Next up is the NYX Complete Collection on trade paperback. This graphic novel includes reprints of the origin and history of X-23, who is probably the hottest character in comics right now because her connection to Wolverine, and in the post-Secret Wars world, she is the new Wolverine. Her first appearance is in NYX number 3. If you can't afford that, and you probably can't now, go ahead and pick up this trade paperback so you know what's going on. It retails for just $35. Next up is Star Wars: The Force Awakens number 1. What Marvel is doing right here is they're going to do a frame-for-frame rendition of the movie The Force Awakens. And they're going to do it over a 5-part miniseries. There's no new information here or plot lines. It's basically the movie in comic book form, so it's really for hardcore Star Wars fans. Disney owns Star Wars, and Disney also owns Marvel Comics. So Disney can use Marvel Comics to publish as much Star Wars comic book related material as possible. So they're going to release a gazillion variants, but we ain't got time for all that, so let's move on. Next up is our report on independent comics and small publishers. IDW Comics has given us Action Man number 1. I'm going to guess by the title of his name, he's a man of action. Let's see. Yep, he's described as the world's greatest super agent. If I tell you anything beyond that, it's going to spoil it, but it's worth picking up. Next up, Image Comics has given us Bitch Planet number 8. On the surface of it, the name of it sounds exploitive, but it's really an inside joke. Here's the plot. It's a dystopian future where it appears to be a utopia. A small group of white men rule the world called the Fathers, and women have no rights whatsoever and must obey their husbands. Women that get out of line are sent to an off-planet prison called Bitch Planet. This series is created and written by a woman, and that would be Kelly Sue DeConnick, who is the wife of Matt Fraction, who is the writer of Sex Criminals. Bitch Planet is influenced by those Pam Grier 1970s blaxploitation movies. It's also influenced by science fiction such as Total Recall. So Pam Grier and Total Recall, mash them together, you got Bitch Planet. Next up, and also from Image Comics, is Thief of Thieves number 32. Robert Kirkman is famous for being the author and writer of The Walking Dead, but he also has side projects such as Outcast and Thief of Thieves. Kirkman has kept the series fresh by rotating writers on different story arcs. Thief of Thieves number 1 is selling for about $150 on 9.8 graded. I would go ahead and try to pick that up because he already has 2 shows that are based on comic books that are hits. Thief of Thieves could be that third one. Next up is Bruce Lee, The Dragon Rises number 3 from Darby Pop. This comic is being published in accordance to the estate of Bruce Lee, and his daughter Shannon showed here is the executor. In his short, influential life, Bruce was basically a real-life superhero, so it makes sense to put him in a comic book. While you're out here, try to find issue number 1, which was released in April of 2016. It's probably going to be hard to find because it was a very thin print run. And last but not least, we got Divinity 2 number 3. If it wasn't for Wonder Woman, this would be the speculation pick of the week. The overall story is a Soviet cosmonaut comes back after being in space for over 50 years with the powers of a god. And he comes back disillusioned with the mission he was sent on and the reality of the world 55 years in the future that he missed. The new wrinkle is one of his fellow cosmonauts has also come back to Earth, but she still believes in the mission and she's out for revenge because she believes that he abandoned it. I said it once and I'll say it again. Calling this miniseries a comic book is a disservice to it. In reality, it's Pulitzer Prize winning type of science fiction. That's about it for today. Thank you for watching Wicked Wednesday, where I review all the new comic books for a new comic day. Be sure to follow my blog at comicpower.net. On social media, follow me at facebook.com/comicpower.net and comicpower-universe.tumblr.com. And don't forget twitter.com/comicpowersub. I also sell comics on eBay at this link. This is Comic Killer 72 for Comic Power saying bye-bye. And don't forget to share this video, click on subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and tell everyone you know about this channel to help it grow. Thank you for your support.